private investigator.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping you've seen enough for a while and you're ready to come back to the ranch with
We've
me.
been through this 100 times.
Well, it's different this time.
The ranch never changes.
It will. It will now that we've found a new way to bring irrigation to the ranch. And the bank has agreed to float us a new loan. Max, you know what this means.
Steve!
It means that we could have one of the best spreads in Texas.
Steve, the ranch was a disaster when Pa bought it. It was a disaster when he died. It will always be a disaster.
That ranch meant everything to Ma and Pa. And I am not about to walk out on their dream when we have a chance to save it. And that irrigation system, Max, it's the answer to our prayers.
How much is the bank going to loan us?
Enough. Enough to buy all the equipment we need.
Yeah, what about the helping hands?
Well, look, I can't do that right now, and that's why I need you. Max, and the water. As soon as we have it, all that dust turns into green pasture.
We're looking at maybe 2 years, at least 3 maybe.
So what's 2 years if we can save Twin Oaks? Come on. It's our dream. It's our land, too.
Steve, my brother, I don't want to hurt you, believe me. But I can't live someone else's dream, not even my brother's. I have to live my own life.
Well, I can't picture you living in Landview.
I'm not staying in Landview. I'm heading out for Buenos Aires today. I'm buying a ranch of my own, and I'm not coming back.
Diane, this guy has fallen for you in a very big and very expensive way.
Oh, they're not from the same guy who sent the other flowers.
You're kidding. You're breaking hearts all over Landview.
No, it's not like that.
Well, are you going to keep these guys all to yourself, or are you going to introduce one to me?
Well, you wouldn't have anything in common with them. They're real nerds.
Really? Where'd you meet him, at work?
No. Okay, I'll tell you. It's some guy that tried to pick me up at Elmo's one night, and I really could care less about him.
Diane, what are you doing? Have you slipped out or something? Look, just because you don't like the guy doesn't mean you have to throw the flowers away.
Hey, if you don't want them. No, they're all yours. Enjoy them.
The problem is that Diane's so good at lying and covering up.
Okay, then how do we tighten the noose?
We don't tighten the noose. We let Diane use her cleverness to tighten her own noose.
All right, that sounds great. How did we do it?
Well, I think, first of all, you're going to have to be friendly, just like you have been with her, but not too friendly. We don't want her to think something's coming up.
Okay, so I'm nice, but not too nice. Then what?
Then we push the Jamie Sanders button. Make her think that Jamie really is in town.
And once we get her to believe that?
Then sooner or later, she's got to try and make contact with him. When she does, we spring the trap. We'll get all the proof we need.
The spectators will please take their seats.
Oh, I'm very sorry, Your Honor.
Marriage is not simply a contract. It is a relationship in which the public and the Commonwealth share a joint and common interest. It is the foundation for the family and the very basis of a social structure. Marriage is not to be entered into lightly and unadvisedly, but deliberately and reverently. The dissolution of a marriage, otherwise than by death, must similarly also be determined advisedly and deliberately. Now, if a marriage is broken down irretrievably, neither the state nor society can expect those parties to go on living together under circumstances which they find intolerable. Will the plaintiff and the defendant please rise? It is the court's belief that this marriage is not irretrievable, and the petitions for divorce are hereby denied.
I won't accept it. For heaven's sakes, you can't force me to stay with a man that I don't love, that I don't even remember. You have to object.
Vicky.
But if you don't, I will.
Vicky, an emotional outburst from you is going to do more harm than good.
I understand the shock and dismay both parties feel, but if you will allow me a minute, I'm hopeful I can dispel some of your dismay. Now, Mrs. Buchanan, your reasons for requesting a divorce are based on the fact that you no longer love your husband. But you have no memory of the last 8 years. You've no memory of meeting Mr. Buchanan, of your marriage, of giving birth to your 2 youngest children. I sympathize with the pain and confusion that this condition has caused. But I also feel that you have given precious little time to efforts to restore that memory. You are dealing with half facts, with no memory of the love that created this marriage, or your daughter Jessica. Now, I've consulted with several psychiatrists, and while there's no guarantee that your memory will return, there is the possibility if you continue psychiatric counseling. I've set a time limit of 6 months for you to seek help. Now, if your memory fails to return by the end of that time, and you and Mr. Buchanan still wish to dissolve your marriage, then I will award a divorce decree.
Your Honor,
Yes, Mrs. Sanders.
my client and Mr. Buchanan previously and informally agreed to maintain separate living quarters. Are you suggesting that they abandon this agreement?
Oh, no. But with the exception of sharing bed and board, the marital obligations will still continue.
My God, he can't do this.
Your Honor.
Yes, Mrs. Sanders?
The counsel approach the bench, please.
Yes, Mrs. Sanders. We'll take a brief recess, and then I will talk about the issue of the children.
With all due respect to the thought you've given this decision, I must object, Your Honor.
Yes,
Please,
well, we'll discuss that in my chambers.
All rise.
I told you that judge would break up your family.
No, you told me. I didn't think there were any other options.
You have got lots of options. I got a hunch that judge has been reading the Bible along with law books. He's a regular King Solomon, don't you think, Wanda?
I hope this is a first step to a reconciliation.
So do I, but I wouldn't bet the diner on it.
Son, you can't have that attitude. You'll never be able to work things out with Vicky.
Pa, from the look on her face, I don't think she's even going to give me a chance.
Clint, she's in shock. Give her time to get used to the idea. I swear she'll come around.
Are you all right, Mrs. Buchanan? Can I get you something?
No, thank you, Kim.
Vicky, try to keep an open mind to the judge's decision.
6 months. I feel like I've been handed a prison sentence.
But if you hadn't lost your memory, you wouldn't be here in the first place. Maybe the judge just doesn't want you to throw away all the wonderful years that you spent with Clint because you only remember the bad ones.
Vicky, I never thought anyone could win in a proceeding like this. Maybe Judge Guernsey has found a way.
I hope and I pray that Judith gets him to change his mind.
Daddy, I'm really sorry that this happened.
Well, it's all right, honey. It gives Vicky and Clint another chance to work out their problems. It's what I wanted right from the beginning.
Yeah, but before all the trouble started, you weren't in love with Vicky. Now you are. I know how much it's hurting you.
Mary Lynn, that's...
It's okay, Dad. You don't have to pretend with me. I'll be here for you, okay?
Drugs for everything else. Why not amnesia?
Well, there have been drugs used in memory disturbances. Frankly, I agree with the judge in his order to insist on psychotherapy.
I sure hope it works.
Well, at least with a decision like this, they've still got a chance, which is more than they had yesterday, right? Who knows what can happen in 6 months?
Yeah, maybe a reconciliation.
Right.
Courts and marriages just aren't meant to be.
Yeah, I know that's true, Ma, but Clint and Vicky's marriage was meant to be.
Well, I'm praying that everything works out for the best.
Yeah, me too. Look, why don't we go on outside and get some coffee while we're waiting for the judge's decision on the kids?
You go ahead. I have something to say to Clint.
You come with?
No, I'll wait. Maria, I don't think now is the right time.
Yes, I think you're right. Thanks, Larry. Well, I guess I'll go and join Kate in court.
You are going to buy a spread in Argentina?
I'm buying Don Alonzo's ranch.
The guy you work for down there?
That's right. His wife died a long time ago. He doesn't have any kids. You know what? He reminds me of Grandpa Jim. You know the way he liked to always have those kids around so he could teach them things?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like it. He took a liking to me right away.
Well, everybody does.
Yeah, well, we got this real special relationship. See, the problem is, Don's getting up there in years. His health is starting to go. He's hanging on just to put his affairs just right, but his number one priority is keeping his ranch away from this really nasty dude by the name of Dante Medina. That's why he's offering me such a great price on the ranch.
Yeah, you mean like a couple of $100?
Hey, Steve, the guy's old, and he wants his ranch's honor kept intact, but he's not crazy, huh?
Well, a couple of $100 is all you've ever been able to hold on to for more than about 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah? Well, I want you to know that I have just kept a lot of bills safe for over 24 hours.
And what'd you do, rob a bank?
No. I had a string of 7-Elevens on a big casino down in Atlantic City. I swear, Lady Luck came down smiling on me. It was like the noon sun in Texas.
Max, there are two things you have never been able to do very well. Gamble and lie.
Now, wait a minute, Steve. Don't get upset.
Look, if you don't want to help me with the ranch, that's okay. But at least you could have the guts to be honest about it, instead of making up some damn story about winning big in Atlantic City and some ranch in Argentina.
But Don Alonzo's ranch is not a lie. He's offering it to me, and I'm buying it.
Nobody turns $200 overnight into the kind of money that buys a ranch in South America.
I got someone a stake in me, okay?
Yeah. Who? The old man?
No, someone who knows a good investment. They're going to get a good return on it, nice woman. Oh, hi, come in.
Hi.
That's my brother, Steve.
Hi.
You have done some pretty low things in your life, but this one makes you the champion.
Hey, wait a minute here,
No,
buddy.
it's okay, it's okay. He's upset. I'm leaving the country.
Why is he so mad?
Oh, it doesn't mean a thing. Hey, but what does mean something is your decision. Have you decided? Are you going with me to Argentina?
Well, I've weighed all the reasons I should go and all the reasons that I should stay here. And I've weighed them very carefully, and I have finally come up with a decision. Of course, the only reason for me to stay here, and he won't have anything to do with me. And I love him, and I'm sorry to admit, though, that for some reason he doesn't want to believe that Besides, I was thinking about your two questions. I mean, how much more rejection can I take, and where's my pride? So I've decided to pack up my pride along with everything else and go with you to Buenos Aires. That is, if you still want me.
If I still want you. I knew it. I knew you couldn't resist. You're not going to regret this scene. I promise you can have the greatest time of your entire life. In 1 week, you'll forget all about Landview's troubles. It'll be ancient history.
I saw Court this morning.
Did you talk to him?
No, he was with Kate in the courthouse and stuff. And I wanted to tell him I was going to leave, but I couldn't.
Well, it's just as well. Sometimes it's better to just blow town without leaving a trace. An adventure, Tina. That's what I promise you. Picture this. Riding through an open field. Horses. It's great. The sky blue. Blue as your eyes. And breathing that air. Oh, it makes you feel great. You're going to have the high time of your life. Don Alonzo.
Wait, the old man?
Well, I want to give him a definite answer. See, I wanted to wait and tell him. I wanted to wait until you were saying you were coming along with me.
What if he doesn't like me?
Oh, come on. He's going to adore you. He loves women that are brave and beautiful. Oh, and you're going to be crazy about him, too. He's one of a kind. Hello. Overseas operator?
Well, you look as if you're about to cry.
This whole experience has been so emotionally draining. How can anyone not be affected?
Well, the judge's decision was the best,
All I ever wanted for Clint is the best.
but not for Vicky.
And of course for Vicky, too. I mean, that goes without saying. And now with this new hope for the marriage, it makes me very, very pleased.
Maria, I've known you for years, and I think I know what's going on in your mind now. There's no justification for perjury, but if you lied on the stand out of love for Clint, well, perhaps that's, I don't know, maybe that's understandable. But if you lied out of hatred for Vicky, that's something else.
Everything I said on that stand was the truth and nothing but.
Sure. And everybody knows that those children are the most important part in Vicky's life, and she would never feel that her freedom was more important than caring for them. And the idea she might rather give up the children than live with Clint is absolutely absurd.
As I said on the stand, Tom, Vicky was very distraught at the time.
As distraught as you were when you intercepted the letter she slipped under my door?
What are you talking about?
There is no other explanation for that letter getting into Clint's hands. It was a desperate attempt at keeping them apart.
How dare you accuse me of these terrible things?
Cannot ignore the facts, Maria. So why don't you back off and let Vicky and Clint have the chance they deserve, huh?
Oh, stop being so damn self-righteous. You've made no secret of your love for Vicky. And you're not any happier about that judge's decision than I am. So don't you dare lecture me, you hypocrite.
Maria, don't you compare us. There's a vast difference there. I am trying to help the both of you, in spite of my feelings.
That judge has restored my faith in human nature. Oh, it's a shame we can't get rid of the wolves and the hounds who prey on the weak and the helpless.
Talking about yourself, Asa?
You, my friend, stay the hell away from Vicky.
Why don't you give up? You're not going to get to me. Wanda?
Asa? The one who started all the trouble. Doing everything in his power to break up Vicky and Clint. He even used their illness to worm his way into her life.
And Vicky have enough trouble up the road. They don't need any more about Tom.
Whose side are you on?
Clint and Vicky. I don't want to take sides. Nobody does.
I don't want to take any side in this situation either.
It's no concern of yours, Ken.
If Miss Buchanan gets custody of the children, I have to stay with her.
Of course you do. The children need you.
Whoever gets custody of the children are going to need you. Vicky and Clint know that. You have nothing to worry about.
Thank you.
Now, what are you frowning about?
Oh, I just hope this Judge Guernsey's decision is not just a temporary bandage.
That's the beauty of the judge's decision. It gives Clint time. He can teach Vicky to love him all over again.
I don't know. There's been so many angry words, so many recriminations. I hope it's possible, but I'm not sure.
There's a thing called forgiveness. And remember the power of love. Forgiveness, love, and time. With all this going for him, I am sure that Clint can capture Vicky's love once again.
Ladies and gentlemen, the court's about to reconvene.
Thank you.
I was unable to persuade him to change his mind. He's firm on the 6-month separation. I'm sorry.
All right. Be seated. Although the court has preserved this marriage, at least for the time being, there still remains the question of the custody of the children. Now, both parties have made it clear they do not wish to share custody. This is just as well. It would be disruptive to the children's lives and well-being. Therefore, I will award complete custody to one of the parents during this 6-month trial period. By living with a father. Therefore, the court awards custody of the 3 children to Mr. Clint Buchanan. Order. The court advises Mr. Buchanan to work out liberal visitation rights with Mrs. Buchanan. And let me remind the parents that this applies only for 6 months. When a case comes up for review again, custody arrangements will be re-evaluated. Mrs. Buchanan, are you listening?
Yes.
I think you know that your children will be in capable and loving hands during this time. And so that there's no misunderstanding, let the record show that I do not consider Mrs. Buchanan's amnesia an impediment to her abilities to take care of her 2 sons and daughter. However, this 6 months will give her the time and flexibility that she needs to get proper treatment and to make sure her efforts will restore her memory. The court also hopes that both parties will be able to get over these difficulties within the coming months. And I would personally like to wish you Godspeed. The court has now adjourned. All right.
Vicky. You all right? Here. Drink this. Vicky, are you ill? It's the shock.
The judge, knew that Vicky was unstable. I mean, he really didn't have a choice. The children belong with you.
Yeah, well, Vicky's going to be under the gun for the next 6 months.
Considering the circumstances, I think it was a wise decision.
Did a good job. Pleading Clint's case, mighty good. Oh, your mother wasn't bad at all. She's a smart lady.
Yeah, I'm just sorry someone had to lose.
Well, Herb, you got us what we wanted.
But was it worth the price?
Herb? Look, Clint, maybe now you and Vicky can put aside some of the anger and the bitterness and work something out.
Will that be possible, so long as Vicky can't remember for loving you?
I don't know. I sure intend to try.
Well, if there's anything I can do to help you, know I will, Clint.
We all will, Clint. We want the best for both of you.
Yes,
Thanks.
yes, we do.
Thanks.
Daddy, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine, but Vicky's not.
How could she be? She just lost her children. Excuse me for a little while, okay?
Excuse me, what? Vicky.
Glad you're here.
You all right?
It's very difficult not to cry. And I don't want Clint to see me crying.
Don't you worry about Clint. You do whatever you want to do.
Will you tell her I'm so damn sorry about all this?
The property really goes on for miles and miles?
Oh, and the ranch house, you're gonna love it. It's practically a mansion.
See, on sait donc Zealand. Landview, Pennsylvania, North America? Hey, man, it's Max Holland. Max? Max, are you there?
Bienvenido, mi amigo.
It is so good to hear your voice.
Oh, it's great to hear your voice. How are you feeling?
Sometimes better, sometimes worse. What is this Landview, Pennsylvania? I thought you were in Texas.
I'm on my way back to Buenos Aires, Don Alonso.
You are returning to the ranch?
With cash in hand and a beautiful surprise on my arm.
Cash? You to buy the ranch? Oh, Max.
Hey, well, you haven't made a deal with anybody else, have you?
Certainly not. It is yours, my son.
Oh, no. It is ours to share, you and me, for the rest of our lives. And I expect that to last a long, long time.
Your news is better for me than any doctor's prescription. I may pull you and live to 100.
Well, I hope so.
And tell me about this surprise. When are you returning, first?
Tomorrow. Has Dante Medina been giving you trouble?
Oh, every day that wind blows, but like the old oak, I do not bend.
Yes, well, when I get there, I'll make sure he stays on his side of the property line.
Max, do not seek trouble. It finds us out easily enough.
Yeah, well, I'm not looking for trouble, just a happy reunion with you.
So tell me about this surprise.
Oh, no, I couldn't do her justice on the phone. You're gonna have to see her to believe it.
I trust that she has a spirit as well as beauty.
Like a new filly.
You have a safe journey, Max.
Oh, thanks, Don Alonso. Don Alonso?
Si.
I'm gonna keep my promise to you. I'm gonna run the horse ranch the way you always have and keep it pure. I'm gonna make you proud of me.
I'm already proud. Very proud. I see you tomorrow, huh? Thank you, God. for answering the prayers of an old man. Well, Max Holden is returning to the ranch. I'm going to tell Miguel to prepare a feast in celebration. Huh?
That is good news, senor.
Miguel!
Well, you really love that old man, don't you?
God, I sure do. He's the first one since my grandfather that trusted me or believed in me.
Max, are you going to have some kind of problem with the ranch?
Are you kidding? With compared to my pa's ranch, this ranch is a paradise. Compared to most any ranch, this ranch is a paradise. And you are going to be the queen of Bella Vista.
You know, I'm really starting to get excited. You know, before I was really worried and down in the dumps, but now I'm happy. You know, I'm full of adventure, like Marco Polo or something. The only thing is, what do they wear in Argentina?
Fig leaves.
I mean, what should I pack? Should I pack my winter stuff or my summer stuff?
Pack stuff for all 4 seasons.
You can pack everything?
Unless you plan on sending for it, if you want to do that. Now, look, you got to say all your goodbyes now.
What do you mean? Nobody will even notice I'm gone. I just have to pick up some cleaning and stuff and pack.
Yeah, well, I got to take care of some business, too. So here, grab your coat, your purse, and Buenos Aires, here we come.
Okay, the second bouquet of flowers was delivered a little while ago.
All right, where's Diane right now?
She went to the market so we can talk.
How did she react to the flowers?
Exactly as we thought she would.
Great. I'm on my way to the bookstore.
I'll meet you there in 20 minutes.
Forget it.
John, we are in this together, and I'm not backing out now.
Cassie, look, these things can turn ugly real fast.
Listen, I want to be there when Diane shows up expecting to see Jamie, but sees us instead. Let's hear her talk her way out of that one.
Look, you stay put. I'll give you a full report later.
Okay. Listen, a movie sounds great. All right, we'll do a long lunch first. Good. I'm glad you called. All right, bye.
Cassie!
Diana, what are you doing this afternoon? I'm going to the movies with a friend of mine.
I have some reports to finish.
Oh. All right, well, then I'll see you later.
Bye.
Well, what is going to happen, and just what do you have planned for Keith?
Just don't worry yourself.
I am worried. Why do you want me involved with these things?
I'll tell you why. You'll save me the trouble of going upstairs and telling Cassie exactly who and what you are. That got your attention, didn't it? Of course, I could wait until Dorian gets home and tell her at the same time.
No, Jamie, you can't do that.
I could and will. Unless you help me this one last time. So what's it going to be, Diane?
Why can't you just leave me alone? Damn it, Jamie. I just can't let you tell Dorian and Cassie about me. I just can't.
I want to thank you for your help. It's all right, Clint. And you, Herb, you're a hell of a lawyer. I appreciate everything you did.
I'm glad it ended up right for you, Clint.
I need to talk to Vicky.
Yeah.
Good luck. You've got to force yourself to go on and see this in a positive light. 6 months from now, we'll petition the court to reevaluate the custody decision.
Excuse me. I'd like to speak to Vicky alone, if I may.
I think that's an excellent idea. Is it necessary?
It is to me. Do you mind? No, Tom. You okay?
Congratulations.
Vicky.
I mean it. You took me to court and you won. You must feel very vindicated.
All I feel right now is hopeful. The judge gave us 6 months. And as far as I'm concerned, that's 6 months of hope that I didn't have yesterday. Okay, you don't want to talk about hope. I can understand that.
What do you want from me?
I wanted you to know that I'm sorry. I know you're hurting, Vicky, and I wish it didn't have to be this way. I also want you to know that you can see the kids whenever you want to. You don't have to call or make arrangements. I won't be putting any restrictions on your visits.
Thank you.
I'm probably not saying this very well, but I want you to be a part of their life. You are their mother, and they need you.
Are you sure?
Positive, Senor Medina. The old man said Max Holden will be arriving tomorrow.
You do good work, Abel. Even though the information you give me makes me unhappy. Rancho Bella Vista should be mine. Toma.
Gracias, Senor Medina.
You should go now, Abel. My guest is arriving. Please, sit down. We're in serious trouble.
You're a rich man, Dante. Keep offering Don Alonso more money until he can't refuse.
I already offered him 3 times what Max Holden could pay. Seems Don Alonso doesn't care about money. I don't understand. He treats Holden like his son. He's determined to sell him the rancho.
Maybe he's figured out what we're doing on his land.
No. He's a stupid, sick old fool who can't even walk out his door, much less explore his land. He's not a threat to us. Max Holden is a very serious threat to us. Look, if he buys the ranch, he's going to ride over every inch of the land, and our secret will be out. Our business will be finished, Jamie. And you will no longer have this safe haven that I have provided for you. Of course, you may leave to go to Brazil or Colombia, but you wouldn't leave your old friend and supplier, would you?
Not to mention a multi-million-dollar crop that's ready for harvest.
Right, and that is why we can't afford any interference before we chop down the coca plants and prepare them for shipment.
So, what do we do about this Max Holden mess?
So what we do? Why don't you make some calls to your friends in your country? Find out what Holden is doing.
In case you've forgotten your geography, Texas is a big place.
Holden was not making a call from Texas. According to Abel, he was calling from Pennsylvania, Landview.
Are you putting me on Landview?
Do you still have contacts there? I want to find out who gave Holden his money, because when he left here, he was practically penniless.
There was one person I could always count on. Maybe it's worth a shot.
Tina, I got the message saying that you were back in Landview.
Oh, Cord. Cord, I'm so happy to see you.
Tina, listen, there's something I got to tell you, Tina.
No, me first. Wait, you just wait. Right there, okay? I have something really, really wonderful to show you.
Tina?
Cord? I want you to meet Al Roberts. Al, honey, this is your daddy.
You mean it, Tina? This is our baby?
I told you I was pregnant, but you wouldn't believe me.
Oh, Tina, he's beautiful.
I know, isn't he? He looks just like me. Oh, honey. I hope you don't mind my naming him Al, but I know how much you loved your father, and I mean, even if he wasn't your real father and everything, he did raise you.
Tina, you think you can find it in your heart to forgive me for everything, for hurting you so much, for not believing you? That's what I was coming over here to tell you right now, girl, that I just love you so much. Please, Tina, say you're going to forgive me, say you're going to come back to me, and say that we'll never be separated again.
Oh, honey, we'll never be apart. We're a family. The family you've always wanted. And we're a family that should always be together.
Vicky, everyone left. You don't have to face any more reporters.
You can go ahead. I'd like to be alone for a minute.
I'll wait for you.
No, I'll be all right.
Vicky, Vicky, it's time to go.
It's as if this is all some horrible nightmare. But I don't know what I'm going to do when I walk out the door and I find out I'm not asleep.
Vicky, you're just going to have to take a step at a time and hold on to the fact that you are going to get those children back.
But for now, how do I look into their faces? How do I look at those sweet faces and say goodbye?
You smile, Vicky. You smile so that they're not sad, and you keep in mind that it is not forever. But only for a little while until you get your memory back.
You keep saying that.
Vicky, honey, you cannot give in to despair. Look, I will take you to the doctor regularly. I'll stand by you whenever you need me, but you have got to fight. You understand that? Vicky, promise me, please. Promise me you will not give in. Please.
I will try. But I don't know if I can live through this.
Okay. Come on, Vicky. Please.
Hi, Mary Lynn. Hi. Well, I just came from the courthouse. The judge refused to give Clint and Vicky a divorce, and he gave custody of the kids to Clint. It's pretty awful. Oh, Mary Lynn, I'm really sorry. I know how much this upsets you, and I'd really like to help, but I have a very important appointment that I just can't miss. Oh, okay, sure, I understand. Oh, could you do me a favor and get that? And if it's for me, tell him I'm not here. Please. Tell him I'll call him back. Well, okay, since you're on your way out, it wouldn't be a lie. Hello, Dorian Lord's residence.
Hi, I'm calling long distance for Diane Bristol.
Go to your reservation for Buenos Aires.
You know, how are we ever going to make the plane to get to Buenos Aires if you're here instead of packing?
I already unpacked, so it's no big deal. Is that what you're doing? Are you packing?
Well, I'm trying to.
Great.
What?
Well, see, I got this real gut feeling, see, that you changed your mind. You were sitting here trying to work up the nerve to tell me.
Well, you really think I'm a flake, don't you?
No, I just think you're a woman that has a lot of conflicting emotions, and I came here to give another pep talk to straighten you out. Tina, consider me the rudder on your boat of life.
Max, I don't even think you own a rudder.
Did you hear what I said?
You said Diane Bristol?
That's right. Look, I'm calling long distance, and this is very important.
Well, I'm sorry, but Diane is rushing out the door. She's late for an appointment.
Well, grab her, damn it. I'm an old friend, and this is urgent.
Diane, I think you better take this. He says it's long distance, and it's urgent. Yes?
Hi, Diane. How are you?
Yeah?
It's your old friend and lover boy, Jamie. So get rid of whoever you're with.
talk.
Vicky, may I come in?
Apparently you can do anything you like. You're in charge of all our lives now, aren't you?
I don't know what to say.
Then why bother?
I guess I just wanted to make sure that you know I'm sorry about all this.
You said that already.
Vicky, I never wanted any of this to happen. Not you turning away from me or wanting to divorce me, the custody fight.
If you didn't want it to happen, why did you sue for custody?
You know that I told the judge I would drop it.
Yes, I expect the judge saw that as another shiny example of your wisdom and your strength. But you got what you wanted. Apologies to the contrary. And I will never forgive you.
Fine. Fine, so it's all black and white as far as you're concerned. I'm the villain and you're the victim. Is that it? Good. Now then, what should we do about the children? They're going to be home pretty soon. Which one of us gets to tell them that they're going to move into Grandpa Ace's? Because they are moving out of here, Vicky, and they're moving out of here today.
John! Get over here. I thought I told you to stay put. What about Diane?
Don't worry, I told her I was going to a movie with a friend. Little does she know she's going to be starring in it. You going to tape this whole thing?
Yeah, I'm hoping the shock of her seeing us here instead of Jamie will provoke her into some kind of guilty statement.
Are you kidding? She is going to be so mad when she sees that we busted her. I'm sure she's going to have a lot to say.
Well, let's hope so. Look, I'm going to put this right here. When you hear the door open, I want you to run around here, turn it on, but stay hidden at first, okay?
Why, do you think she's going to come in shooting?
No, I mean, I don't think she has a gun, but... Well, you know, if Jamie's blackmailing her, you never can tell. It's just... Let me see.
I hope you're right about Diane. We'll play it safe. I mean, we really don't know who murdered Keith. All this time we've been assuming it was Jamie. What if Diane really was a lot more involved in that?
Well, let's hope we get some of those answers to those questions real soon.
Why are you calling? I'm on my way to meet you.
Meet me? In South America?
You're not in Landview? You didn't send me flowers?
No, Diane, what are you talking about?
I got a message to meet you at a bookstore at 11:15. Someone is setting me up.
All right, look, I'm sorry you're in trouble.
Oh, I'm in trouble, all right, up to my neck in it. And everyone knows that you killed Keith for his passport.
How can they? How was I connected?
He had a piece of paper in his back pocket with Cassie's phone number and address on it. And that is how the police linked his body to Cassie and then to me because you were here and met Keith.
Okay, all right, I'm sorry. Look, I thought I'd taken care of
Well, you
everything.
didn't. And now Cassie and John are very, very suspicious of me.
It's suspicious enough to try and set you up?
Well, probably. And why are you calling me from South America anyway?
Because I need a favor.
Forget it, Jamie.
It's just some information, that's all. Listen, have you heard of some guy up there named Max Holden?
No.
Well, make a point to meet him. He wants to buy some land down here that I want. Find out who he is, what he's like, and anything else you can about him.
What kind of business are you in anyway?
Same old business, Diane, just with less risk.
You always manage to land on your feet, don't you?
I'm a Sanders. You know, it's in the genes.
I can see that stupid grin even from here.
Okay, listen, it's nice chatting with you, but let's get back to the
You
point.
can't make me do anything, Jamie. Not from where you are.
Don't get so smart, Diane. I still have contacts up there.
You and your contacts can rot in hell. I have done all that I'm going to do for you. Goodbye.
Oh, yes, well, they're taking the children away today.
God forbid you don't act on the judge's orders immediately.
Vicky, the children knew that the decision was going to be made today. Nothing will be gained by putting it off. The sooner it happens, the sooner they will get used to it.
You're such a logical man, except when it comes to your wife.
None of this is going to help you, me, or the children. And Vicky, I don't want you to hurt any more than you already are.
How do you think I'm going to feel when you take my children away from me and out of my daily life, huh?
I would imagine you're going to feel pretty terrible about it. But you'll get used to it eventually, just like they will. Vicky? Vicky? Are you okay? You look like you were going to faint.
No. No, I was overwhelmed for a minute, that's all.
Anyway, I'm in hopes that there's a chance that the children living with me will be an incentive for you to get your memory back. At least I'm going to pray for it.
Oh, so we're back to your theory that I don't really want to get my memory back, is that it?
Look, I don't want to deal with that right now, Vicky. All I'm interested in talking about is the subject of the children.
Yes, it's an easy subject for you.
It is not an easy subject for me. It is not an easy subject for me, Vicky, and it's because you don't believe that we are in this situation. All I want is to have my wife back again and to have my family together. Now, Judge Guernsey understands that. That's why he put this thing on hold for 6 months.
Yes, it may be on hold for you. It's a sort of a limbo for me. I have no past. I have no idea about the future. My present has been shattered, destroyed by you, and I have absolutely nothing to live for. Except perhaps to try and get my memory back, and I don't even know if I can accomplish that.
I can't argue about this anymore, Vicky. I just can't argue about it anymore. Now, I know that you're angry and that... Look, why don't you just cry, scream, yell, whatever it takes, get it out of your system, and then let's talk about what's going to happen when the children come home. Because they're going to be home pretty soon. Kim is packing their clothes right now.
If you think that I can get this out of my system in 10 minutes, you don't know me very well. No, I will put all this aside because I really don't want my children to see me like this. And because I would do anything for my children.
Boy, I didn't realize I owned so many clothes. You know, maybe I'd have this stuff shipped to my sister's basement or something.
What's that mean?
Well, what does that mean?
Does this mean that you may come back and so you should leave some stuff at your sister's place?
Excuse me, but I don't seem to remember signing some sort of lifetime guarantee that I would never, ever return to Landview again.
Yeah, but you also said that you'd give life in Buenos Aires a chance. You can't come back in a couple weeks and see if Cord's missing you.
I have no intention of returning in a couple of weeks.
A few months?
You know, Max Holden, you're really starting to annoy me here. You tell me about this great escape, and then all of a sudden the strings are starting to
Okay,
show.
forget it. Send the stuff over to your sister's basement. She can send it to you when you need it. Because you're not coming back. You won't want to. So what'd your sister have to say about it, huh?
She doesn't know. I didn't tell her. Oh, besides, she won't miss me. Like nobody in this whole darn town is going to miss me.
Oh, that's it. Get mad. Stir some spirit. That's what gets you through life.
Yeah, and that's what's going to make me prove